Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Nine Tales, The Chronicles of the Red Sphynx by Romane Molenaar, Ralph van der Hoeven, Johan Neefjes, Leon Verhoeven by Reboot. This is a Dutch Kickstarter comic, and for once I didn't have to pay as much as I normally would. So I'm pretty happy with it when it comes to price. So this is also an anthology book, just like the last one, but it has 3 stories with 3 different artists, etc. And just like I said last time, it is a hit and miss mostly because, or not, depends on your taste, of course, and how you like the story. So yeah, there's also a risk with anthologies. You like it or you don't, or maybe it's a mixed bag, or you just like it. So you can go either way. So I got some stretch goals. Here I got, I believe accidentally 2 bookmarks, small ones, but it doesn't matter. Looks nice, cool, great. Also I got a card by Reboots, pretty big. And it says in Dutch, bedankt voor je steun. That means thank you for your support. And you see the links to the social media. Also, and that's probably the nicest one, I got a print, 26 out of 35. And I believe this is another incarnation of the Red Sphynx, because the Red Sphynx has been, going through the centuries, and basically the Red Sphynx is, according to these people that made this comic, she is the first female Dutch superhero, and she has the gift to have 9 lives, and but if she dies, she needs to give her powers to another successor. That's how it works to, basically fight evil. Again, nice looking print. So what is it all about? Well, let's dive in. It's about the first storyline that's here. It's a woman called Paula de Castro. You can see that the art is pretty nice, and I like that, of course. Also, you see a lot of white panels here. So that's going through the whole book. So that's a design choice. And it has also, I forgot to say that, this is a European format. So it's pretty big. It is 8.8 inch by 11.3 inch softcover, or in hardcover you can get it. So I like that. The packaging, to be honest, was, I got it in perfect condition, but there is no plastic with bag and board. So was a little bit disappointed in that when, I got it in good condition, so not complaining here. The woman in question here in this first episode, she's been kidnapped by a couple of guys. And I have to address something first. First of all, I don't like the, how do you say, the lettering. It's, for me, a little bit too small, because you can see in these boxes, you can make it pretty big. So you can do much more with that, so it's more pleasant to read. This not so much. It's not really bothersome, but I have to point it out that for me personally, I like more bigger fonts. That being said, there's also a lot of inconsistencies with the stories, because she's being kidnapped for unknown reasons, and these 2 guys bicker with each other, and he calls him fuckface. And I'm not sure if that's his name or that's more an insult, because I'm coming a little bit with that too later. And he says, no, fuckface, you keep your hands to yourself. We're only going to do what the boss asks us of her. And he basically wants to touch her because he's a pervert. Then this, I forgot her name, Paula, screams at them. And then basically they say, hey, let's screw it. We're going to finish her. That makes no sense, because a moment ago you said we're not going to do anything because the boss didn't tell you to do anything. So what they are going to do, they're going to shoot her, but not the face, because they need to make a pretty picture for the boss. And then she comes back alive, and then these guys are in shock. They shoot her again, and then 5 minutes later she comes back alive again, over and over. The weird thing is that when they shoot her, they, like you see here, they turn her back on her. I mean, and she's been come back twice now, I believe. So maybe if realistically, if you shoot somebody a couple of times in the chest and that person comes up again and you shoot her again and then comes up again, maybe you shouldn't turn your back on that person. So, well, she makes mincemeat of him, and there's only one guy escaping, but I didn't catch that at the first glance because you only see a panel that was the door was open. So, and coming back to that a little bit later, it seems that the Red Sphynx was her mother. I don't know how her mother is here or how she tracked her. I have no clue because that's not explained. And then her mother dies, and that she says, well, you are now the Red Sphynx now because, well, I told you earlier what her power is. And then she says, trust me, fuckface, you won't come far. Okay, cool. And then, speaking of inconsistencies, a little bit more. Yeah, let's see here. So he runs away, says, I have to get out of here, calls his boss. It's halfway done, and then, talk to you later, boss. And he says, fuck. That's not really flowing in my book. It's weird to read that. You can do so much with this panel. You could add more, I don't know, lines. It feels a little bit flat, in my opinion. So she takes on the mask and then basically kills him. And then the boss, he talks to the boss when, hey, I'm going to fix your death, mother, and then blah, blah, blah. And now she's being the Red Sphynx. And she says, fuckface, fuck you. Like I said, I don't like this flow of story. It's over too quickly because it's now going into the other, possibly, issue 2. I don't mind that, but this... sorry, I'm rambling. The story, how it's been told, it's not good, in my opinion. Also, the lines that they use for explaining her, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's simple. I mean, this line says it all. It's just weird. The second one, and I'm going to show you, this looks pretty nice. The Legend of Buckshot Boone. This is good. I mean, look at this art. The art looks freaking fantastic. And you know why I'm always complaining about backgrounds and detail? This is what I mean. This is immersion. This is exactly what I want in a comic. Wide shots, different perspectives, detail, so that you can sucked into the world. That's great. So this is in 1865, somewhere in, I believe, Texas. So there is a woman come out of the... Is this how you call it? A chariot or car? Whatever. And she's basically, well, they say they are royalty. And there's, I believe, a sheriff. And basically she wants to stay here for a while. And the sheriff, listen, you need to go to the other town. It's not safe here. And then, but this countess, and I believe that's a role, wants to stay here because reasons. Well, the reasons is getting clearer because she's not actually a real countess from the Netherlands. She is basically the superhero, the Red Sphynx, but then another incarnation in the past. And the town is getting attacked by Buckshot Boone, who is a zombie gunslinger. And then she, helps wants to help the people. People are dying because the zombie shooting everyone. So there's a little boy here. She jumps off the balcony and saves him. But at the same time, she's being unlucky because she's getting shot by the zombie. And I must say, again, art looks really good. Really, how do you say it? It just looks good. And then this is also a cool shot. She's being hit. And then she realized, oh shit, I don't have much lives anymore. And then, so she falls into some kind of a clothing shop. And then, although the zombie is now walking away, she asked the clothing maker, probably not the right word, but you know what I mean. So she picks some clothes and she turns into a Western superhero. And then the clothing maker, I'm sorry, I don't know the American word, but the tailor. Yes, the tailor. Explains how the zombie guy has been created. There's some kind of a rock coming from the sky, probably from space. There is some, how do you say, grit? That's how they say it. And he's being exposed to that. He uses the bullets, and the bullets can penetrate anything. But then once he shoot again, the gun backfires, and he's being turned into a zombie, and that's how it goes. But then it explains that the Red Sphynx is here to collect that grit because it's a danger to people in the world. So basically, she is, I explained it already. She's collecting grit, and that's why she is here. And then there's a fight, and I must say, it looks really cool. Looks fast. Looks visceral. I like it very much. She gets help from her companion, and then they make, quick. Forgot what I was trying to say. They kill the zombie and get the heart, and they are gonna bury the zombie in the Netherlands. But then we skip a little bit to the present. So there's a mysterious hooded figure, has the heart, puts it in the grave of the zombie, and as you can see, the zombie rising again. Cool. Then we come to the last one, the abomination of the canal lives. Skipping a few pages. So the art is something I don't dislike it. Actually, I like it very much, but there's only 3 panels per page. So, and there's this guy falling into the canal, and he's basically drowning, but at the same time, there's some, vats of chemicals. And as you can read, and as you can imagine, he's gonna turning into something else. He is talking constantly to himself because he don't know what's going on. So we see more a look from his perspective. He jumps out of the canal. He destroys the building, but I don't know how that works and how he did that. He looked himself into the mirror, and he sees that he is basically a monster. But how did he get here? So he remembers bits of pieces that the Red Sphynx is battling an android, a robot, if you will, or an android. And then, I'm going to show this. He's been accidentally hit and falls into the canal, and that, explains his origin. But then he asks himself why the Red Sphynx didn't save him. And so he decides that she's basically the cause of his woes, if you will. And he wants to take revenge on her because he's now looking like a monster, and once upon a time he was a scientist. And and that continues, also goes into the next chapter of the book. I liked it, except for the first one. It's the writing is not really good in my personal opinion. The second stories and the third stories, very fun, but it's over too quickly. I mean, the first one is short, the last one is shorter. So I have to figure it out. Do I want to buy the next one, yes or no? I haven't figured it out yet, but because I don't know, I'm not very immersed yet, except for the second story in the Wild West. That was really, really cool. So if you give me a new story with the second part, with this, I'm gonna buy this instantly because I like it very much. I like the fast pacing. I like the flow of the panels. I like the story. I like actually the character. This one, the Red Sphynx from the West, really cool. Look at this, man. Looks stunning, in my opinion. Overall, 9 Tales, Chronicles of the Red Sphynx. Again, hit and miss, but overall, I have a positive experience with it. And that brings us to the end of the video. Guys, thank you so much for watching and have the patience with me with all my rambling. Thanks. I just thank you for watching. Again, I stopped rambling. Guys, thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.